All right, this is the first video for Note 67, and in this first video, we're going to do question number 1 and question number 2, which are a refresher or reminder about evaluating functions. So question number 1, I have given you this fantastic function, f of x equal to x squared minus 8, and I want you to find f of negative 2. So notice that x in the original notation got replaced with negative 2. And so if I'm asking you to find f of negative 2, what I want you to do is to take your x value and input 2 in its place, and then evaluate it, or simplify it. Let's see, negative 2 squared is going to be 4. 4 minus 8 is negative 4, so f of negative 2 equals negative 4. All right, so that's the first function there for problem number 1. Problem number 2, I've given you a function. All right, so this is the g of x function, and I've asked you to find 3 different things. So make sure when you're looking at these problems, you identify all the pieces that you're being asked to find. So let's say for the first part, I want to find g of 3. So way over here, I'm going to give myself plenty of space because I know how I write. All right, so g of 3, the original x got replaced with 3, so 3 is my input for x. So everywhere I have an x, replace it with 3. And I'm using parentheses so it keeps track of any sign issues. Also, if I'm doing multiplication, and then I make sure I deal with that. So let's see, x squared minus 2x minus 5. All right, so x is 3. So 3 squared is 9. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, and then the minus 5. 9 minus 6 makes 3. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. So g of negative 3 is negative 2. We inputted a number into our function, and we got a number out. And we got one number out, which again, that's the whole idea behind a function. The next one I want to do is I want to find g of 0. So g of 0, everywhere I have an x, right, x and x, I'm going to replace those with zeros. So 0 squared minus 2 times 0 minus 5. So we've got 0 plus 0, whoops, minus 5. And that's going to be negative 5 there. So g of 0 is equal to negative 5. Now the last one, right, I asked for 3 things. The last one, we're going to input a little expression here. And the expression we're inputting is x plus 2. So that's going to replace both of the x's. All right, so let's make sure we're very clear and very careful when we're doing this. So g of x plus 2 equals x squared, give myself enough space, minus 2x, and then minus 5. And both of those x's, right, I let myself space to replace it with the expression that I want x to equal. So let's go ahead and do this so I can just focus on this. I highly recommend when you have this expression, right, x plus 2 quantity squared, take a moment and rewrite that expression twice, because squaring something does in fact mean to multiply that thing times itself. So x plus 2 times x plus 2. This way I make sure I do my full distributive property. And then speaking of distributive property, I'm going to go ahead and distribute negative 2 to the x and to the 2. So negative 2 times x, a little arrow here, negative 2x, and then negative 2 times 2 is negative 4, keep the minus 5. But then I need to do distributive property for this first set here. So x plus 2 times x plus 2, full distributive property. So x times x, x times 2, 2 times x, and 2 times 2, so that's plus 4. These other terms, I'm just going to go ahead and write them down for right now. So minus 2x, minus 4, and then minus 5. All right, after all this fun work, right, g of x plus 2, what I'm going to be looking for out of this mess are any of the like terms that I have. So x squared is like to nothing else. However, give me a pen here in a different color. However, I've got positive 2x, and then minus 2x. So 2 plus 2, let me get back to my orange here. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 minus 2 is back to 2, so plus 2x. And then I've got a positive 4, minus 5. So 4 minus 4 is 0. 0 minus 5 would be negative 5. And that is the simplified form, the evaluated form for g of x plus 2. All right, so problem number 2, again, I gave you 3 things after giving you that function. I asked for g of 3. We found that over here in pink. We found g of 0 right here in green. And then in this kind of blue, purple, orange stuff is going to be g of x plus 2. This one I'm going to go ahead and cut the video. I'll come back in a separate video and deal with the composite functions. So this was just a review on evaluating functions. As always, let me know if you have questions or concerns.